Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw aboard Emerald Dawn, and we've done this sort of post-Asta River Cruise Expo, a wonderful little cruise we've done down into Holland and Belgium. I'm here with Manny Seldrin, who's the Senior Director Field Sales for Scenic Group, and he oversees both Emerald and Scenic Cruises. But we want to focus here on Emerald, and we're going to talk to him all about that and a whole lot more on Insider Travel Report. Manny, first of all, great to cruise with you. We've had some fun here the last few days. This is the last day for me. It's the last day.
Me too.
You too. You're getting off. So sad we're getting off. But let's talk a little bit about. We've had a lot of travel advisors here post Asta River Cruise Expo, and you've been trying to teach them how to better sell Emerald and Scenic, for that matter. But how do you tell them to sell Emerald? What is the product? Because it really is a differentiated product. You have river cruises and you have the yachts, right?
We do. And so we have two brands, as you alluded to, it's Scenic and Emerald. On the Emerald side, this is our more classic contemporary, high-end contemporary, where it's very similar to the boutique hotel feel. This is a perfect product for your clients who are trying to transition into the river market. The main differences between the two products is on the Scenic side, it is a full 6-star luxury product, butlers in every stateroom, whereas on Emerald, it is more of the contemporary classic river experience where, beer and wine during lunches and dinners, as opposed to the Scenic side where it is a fully all-inclusive product throughout. So it gives our travel partners and our guests two different great products to sell to, and it hits two different types of clientele, right? Because there are clients that do want that full, 6-star luxury, the butler and all those things, and others who want that high-end contemporary feel, again, that boutique hotel experience where it has a lot of the inclusivity, but it doesn't have, those extra things that will bring up the price point just a little bit.
Well, it is not fully inclusive, but there's a lot of inclusions like that. Yeah.
Correct. On Emerald, you'll find that your gratuities are included, the Wi-Fi, and when I talk about gratuities, it's not just gratuities on board for your staff, but it's also for the tour guides who are escorting you on all these included tours that are in there. Whether it's Scenic or Emerald, you will have, again, the gratuities will be included, the Wi-Fi is included. You will have shore excursion options in every single one of our ports. So the inclusivity is fully there. I would say the main difference between Scenic and Emerald is on the Emerald side, we do not have the butlers for every stateroom class like we do on the Scenic side, and it does not have the beverage package included. However, for a nominal fee, you can upgrade to a full beverage package on Emerald to bring that in if that's what your guest likes. But both of our products deliver incredible experiences on not just the rivers, but we spoke before we started this interview. We have a great ocean product as well on both
We'll
brands.
talk about that in a second because the Emerald Ocean product is a little different. But one of the differences is in the number of staterooms. On Emerald Dawn, I think we have, what do we decide that number is?
It was 92 on this
staterooms, and so
184 guests.
184 guests. So the staterooms might be a little more compact, but very well organized. And you do get almost everything in there. You have a lot of balconies with these, windows that go up to create a balcony, right?
Yeah, that was one of Glenn's wonderful.
Your owner, Glenn
Maroney. So Glenn, we have I think it's pretty awesome actually. We've got Glenn and Karen who are the owners of the company, and they are a tag team effort, right? So Glenn, the vision, the design, the building, and then Karen does absolutely everything else from the interior decorating, everything, including the color schemes that are on board. So they're a great tag team, and I believe we put out the best river product on the market, as well as, again, some pretty incredible things on the deep water. So
no, absolutely, and the decor is really very modern, very different from a lot of the other river ships I've seen.
It is, and I mentioned I think this looks like a wonderful boutique hotel, which is it does set us apart from some of the standard classic river cruising. And James, I think you've seen it. Everybody that's here on the Dawn right now has gotten a chance to see our new look. So one thing that we're doing is we're refurbishing 18 of our ships this year, and the refurbishment, what we're doing with them is we are matching the decor and the look and feel to our ocean products. So we've got that seamless throughout the brands.
Yeah, so you and that's 18 ships total with the yachts and the river ships, right?
Correct. So 18 of the 22 river ships are being refurbished this year. Well, we're actually finishing that up right now. Things like adding a Starlink service to all of our ships to improve the Wi-Fi connectivity. Again, the color palettes, and then some of the things that we've actually been seeing throughout the cruise, like the little accents of color that we're doing with some of the pillows, and again the everything else from the seating and the furniture to the carpets, and again that color scheme to match throughout the brands.
Now, of course, then it wouldn't be a river cruise without dining, and I think one of the things that the travel advisors have been remarking is that how good they were somewhat surprised that the dining is good as it is for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right?
My waistline would concur with that statement. Yes, I mean it is incredible dining on all of our ships, whether it's deep water or rivers. Our culinary team has put together an incredible offering, and I think everybody will agree. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, and so the chef every night the chef introduces what he's, and the sommelier,
Yes.
the wine steward introduce what the wines are, and you get to choose that. And then we're going down just in a little while actually, because we have to go a little early because there's an excursion for lunch. It seems I just got finished with breakfast, I think.
Well, James, you just mentioned something that I think is kind of cool about the riverside of the product. So every day around 6:30 before dinner, we come up, we do a port talk, and we talk about what's coming up tomorrow, get you excited, and then our chef comes out, introduces the menu. They introduce what wine pairings we're going to have that evening with the meal. I think that's a nice little touch. That's not something that maybe ocean cruisers are accustomed to anymore. So I think it's a wonderful experience. The way that it's delivered, the way that the information is constantly shared. I think that everyone here we've had a great week this week.
No, it's really, everybody's been very happy. And you can hear the travel advisors in the background. We're like in this living room, and everybody's kind of talking, and they just had a presentation. You guys have been in training them about different group sales and all kinds of things this week.
And I don't know about you, but I've taken full advantage of this coffee machine that's here throughout the day. I mean, us Cuban boys from Miami, we can't get away from our coffee. So I've definitely been taking advantage of the espressos.
I've been doing the coffees, but I've also been taking advantage of the Stroopwafels, which is this waffle cookie that they have, which I'm kind of good. Sometimes I'm always disappointed when there are no more Stroopwafels.
I may have.
You may have a few.
Dipped my hand into that little jar a couple times. Yes,
just a bit, because you have to have it with your coffee. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the amenities you have. I mean, one of the things this doesn't have an alternative restaurant, but it has a pool, indoor pool.
We do have an indoor pool, and what's really amazing about this pool is that in a matter of minutes, that pool area. So the way that the pool is set up, it's on the back of the ship, so it's got a roof that's retractable. So if we are in warmer days, which we haven't had this week,
one day we did.
It's been chilly. Well, for you maybe, but for us Miami boys, it's been chilly all the way through. But so when the weather's nice, we'll have that retractable roof open. When it gets a little chilly, that roof will close. The pool is actually heated, so the water itself will be warm throughout. And then what I think is ingenious, and again, this is a testament to Glenn and the way he loves to adopt and bring in technology, is that pool will rise, the floor will rise, the water will be drained out, and that room turns into a cinema in the evening, where I think last night it was
Oppenheimer last night, and that's great. And then the other thing about the pool, it has these, it's almost like a jacuzzi. It has water resistance, so you can swim against the current.
So it does give you the, what do they call that? Is it an everlasting pool or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Some people have been using it as a jacuzzi, but that's all I know.
And as a little secret hint, there is another coffee machine back there that not many people know about. So if
obviously somebody knows about it here.
Well, I told you, us Cubans like our coffee.
Now let's talk about where. So you have that, and also you actually have a massage room here. You have an exercise room, and you have a kind of woman who does the massage and also exercise every day. Right?
We do. We do the water aerobics. We do up on the sun deck. We'll do yoga classes. So the entertainment and activities director has been fantastic on board here, and folks like Ben. I know you've gotten to see some of his performances.
Very entertaining. Right?
Yes, we've had an absolutely great time. I cannot speak enough about the staff on board this week. They've been absolutely wonderful.
This is really their first cruise back after the whole thing.
Yeah. We kind of got the ship ready just for you and the rest of the folks at the Astor River Cruise Conference.
As you should, because we love doing this after the one, and next year hopefully we'll see you again next year.
Well, and you guys are our voice, obviously, right? Yeah. So you guys talk about our product. Our wonderful travel partners that are here are the ones who really engage the clients and propose our offerings to them. And I hope that after this great experience, that's going to start multiplying.
Yeah. Now, one of the things here, where does the ship go? I think it's mostly on the Rhine cruises.
So we stick to the Rhine on the Emerald Dawn, but our product portfolio goes through all of the major rivers in Europe and Southeast Asia. And then when you go over to the scenic side, there are a couple of other itineraries with things like southern France that we have on scenic that we don't have on Emerald. But
so you do all the major rivers, Danube, Rhine, French rivers, Rhine, the whole thing. So really you can get almost any cruise you want on Emerald, and then it's on scenic as well, on the next grade up, a luxury product. And let's go back to that little thing about, because within Emerald, as we said earlier, the river product is somewhat differentiated from the ocean product, right?
Well, it is, obviously. I mean, we can't bring those our ocean ships into these rivers as wide as they are in some areas. It felt like kind of like an ocean inlet in some places.
Some of we're in the Delta region of the Rhine here as we come down here into Holland and Belgium. So we've been going through a lot. I don't even know what river we're on right now.
Well, we're still on the Rhine.
We're still on the Rhine. Okay, all right. Yeah. See, well, I say that as we see a large barge beating us to going ahead of us now. So it is the Rhine. So, but yeah, when you talk about Emerald yachts, it's almost like it is a lot more of a luxury product, right?
Well, I absolutely think that both the Sakara and the Azura are a luxury type experience. 50 staterooms, 100 guests. They stick to the warm waters. So the Caribbean, the Med, and in 2025 we'll start doing the Seychelles with the ability to bundle it up with a pre-cruise safari or a post-cruise safari, and then jumping on the ship to enjoy a trip to the Seychelles. So incredible offerings on that product. I got to experience it myself in at the end of last year, where we were in the Caribbean, and having been a deep water guy myself.
Yeah, I was going to say you come from the deep water. What's it like doing the rivers and then the yacht vacations?
So I'll tell you. I'll just give you the experience that I had. So the first day when I woke up, we happened to be in Jost Van Dyke, which is an incredible island in the Caribbean. And I opened the curtains and I looked out, and I immediately called my wife, and so I told her, I said, first thing I said was, "Honey, I was wrong." To which she replied, "You're always wrong, so yeah, I get it." But I told her, I said, I thought that we had been to all the most beautiful ports in the Caribbean. And when I opened up that window and I saw the shades of blue that I saw at Jost Van Dyke and, in Virgin Gorda and some of these places, you just don't see that in some of the larger ports. So, we get into the true heart of the destinations, whether it's on the riverside or on the ocean side. We go to these ports where others just can't. On the ocean side because of our size, on the riverside because of our great voyage designers and their experience on the rivers. So we go to these great towns. You get a true feel for the native culture, for the native experience, and I just think that we do these things extremely, extremely well.
No, and I think you do. Now, one of my questions, let's go back to Emerald River Cruises. What kind of customers should the folks in this room and other travel advisors target to go on Emerald?
So, we've got an average demographic. The numbers say 45 and over. Folks with a household income of over 100,000. They like finer things, the nicer hotels. They drive a nicer car, things like the Audis or BMWs and things like that. But honestly, having experienced it myself, I really do believe that these products, they deserve a much younger demographic. Having sailed it myself again, my group of family would absolutely enjoy this, and it's a product, or River in general, I think, has been kind of classified as something for a much older demographic.
We're all trying to get a younger all the time.
And I'll tell you, I mean, these experiences and being able to get out into these towns and really enjoying some of the local, whether it's waffles in Belgium or the wine tours that I did last year when I did my scenic river cruise in Bordeaux. It is absolutely an experience that a younger demographic would really love. So I do think that river cruising has been kind of misconstrued in the past or miscategorized, and this is a product that I think any age demographic would really enjoy if they enjoy going into getting true experiences with culture, being able to do things like winery tours, and then getting back, having lunch on the ship after your first excursion, and being able to literally get up and walk right back into the town. Wherever we are on the rivers, we're docked in city centers. You're a 5-10 minute walk away from all of the sites that you want to see. So I think the accessibility and the way that river cruises are laid out is a very, very interesting option that people just don't know exist.
Absolutely. Now, one thing though, you do have some age limitations for your families and stuff. So what's your recommendation on how families can experience it? They have to be slightly older kids, though, right?
So the recommendation is 12 and over. That's what our brand guidelines are. However, when you work with your travel partner who has great relationships with our regional sales director team, we can always look at options and get some okays or authorizations to do it. So we have had younger kids. I will say, just like we spoke during the sessions that we had here, I think qualifying the guests is very important, and understanding what those guests are looking for and what those kids are looking for. Kids are very different now. There's a lot of different kids.
Very well-traveled kids, like I'm sure yours are.
I'm telling you, my child will not eat a hot dog or cold cuts, but I mean, you put beef carpaccio or tuna tartare or something in front of him, and he's going to town.
So didn't grow up that way, huh?
No, I was peanut butter and jelly all the way. So yeah, it really depends. I mean, a lot of kids are really into culture. I mean, I think one of the great things about doing some of these river cruises and just traveling in general for younger kids, I think it allows them to see some of the things that they're reading in their books, that they're talking about in their classes, and it's the culture and it's the true life experience that really will stick with them for the rest of their life. So
now, what kind of assistance can you provide the folks in this room and travel advisors all over to help them better sell Emerald?
So we've got a great regional sales director team. They're scattered throughout the country. We have 7 of them, so the whole country is covered, including if you have some viewers in Puerto Rico. So we do have our regional sales director in Florida actually covers Puerto Rico and some of the Caribbean as well. We don't have the map that I can flash out in front of you, but just email me and I'll make sure to make that contact happen. My email address is manny.celdran@scenicusa.com, and that's manny.celdran@scenicusa.com. And again, I'll be glad to put them, your viewers and our travel partners, in touch with their regional sales directors, and we will work hand in hand with you to make sure that we get you what you need.
Well, certainly we saw a lot of great presentations from your team here. You gave some, your other team gave some. It really is a lot of resources that you have to bring to bear. And you can always go to, I think it's emeraldcruises.com as the website, but then I think, and you'll tell them some other trade websites and trade areas you can do.
Or our scenic product too. We've talked a lot about Emerald, but we also, I mean, one of the I think the key points or the highlights here was when we were talking about our scenic yachts too, and not just our polar experience.
Well, those are super. Those I've been on Eclipse. I've been lucky enough to go on Eclipse in Antarctica, and it really is cut above. It's an incredible luxury product.
Bragging, James. I mean, I haven't gone out there yet.
Well, you should come with me someday. Yeah.
Do you think we can get Glenn to send us together?
Hey, let's go. We'll go out to the Arctic or the Antarctic and go see us some penguins, right?
You won't have to twist my arm much. I'll tell you that. I don't know about the polar plunge, so that looked a little chilly.
You got to do it, man. You got to do it. Yeah, I did.
Oh,
yeah. It is a little chilly, but you got to do these things in life. It's one of these things, and it is really an amazing product. You said, and the dining is off the charts.
Well, I mean, on the Eclipse, I mean that ship just both of those ships, because it's Eclipse 1 and 2. I mean, they take it to another level. There's 10 dining options. One of them is in-room dining, and 9 other restaurants, 9 bars and lounges, 2 helicopters, a submersible. It is the only product that has everything bundled in one product, and the technology on that ship is absolutely amazing. The stabilizers.
That was huge, because we crossed the Drake a couple times, and it was amazing how easy the passage was. I mean, and you mentioned the helicopters. To go flight seeing in Antarctica is something I think everybody should put on their bucket list.
One, for those of you who like to fish, I mean, when we're in the Kimberley in northwestern Australia, I mean, you could literally take the helicopter over to the fishing grounds, get down, do some fishing, jump back on, fly back onto the ship. It's just the way that these ships were designed, and the vision that Glenn has with how to incorporate technology into the product. It's just it's amazing.
Well, he does a great job. I met him a few times over the years. I was at the christening for the first Eclipse. It is really. But back to this product. This product is a great sort of premium level product that you can put your customers on. You said contemporary. I think it's a little bit. It's a little bit of contemporary. Contemporary used to call it mass market, but it is not a mass market product. It just has beautiful ships. Incredible.
Premium. I like the way you put it. The
premium product. It may not be quite the luxury, because that's what you have with Scenic on the rivers, but it really is a great product, a great way to see Europe. And Manny, I want to thank you for taking the time. It's been a great cruise with you. We had a little 5-day cruise after the Astor River Cruise Expo, and if I don't see you before then, hopefully we'll see you next year in Vienna.
Well, it's been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you in Vienna. Hopefully we've got some more surprises for you next year in Vienna, and I think you and I need to get back to try to get Glenn to send us together.
Let's work on that. Manny and I have to go back to Antarctica, and he has to go to Antarctica. We're going to do some little flight seeing and maybe the submarine.
Well, if you're watching, Glenn, hint.
No hints here. Anyway, I'm James Shillinglaw aboard Emerald Dawn, and this has been a great cruise, and really it's all part of this wonderful Astor River Cruise Expo. It keeps getting bigger and bigger, and we keep seeing these amazing products. Again, Manny, thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you all, and look forward to working with you in the near future.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.